Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, that rule well and teach well, and salutations to all the Icon, this preaching is truth, and all honesty and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. Shalom. All right, I got a quick video. I'm going to title it, We in Hell, Jake. All right, as we know, IUIC is starting to teach the hell doctrine. All right, so this is the main thing I just want to hit on, just something quick, through the spirit. All right, Revelation chapter 20. All right, I'm going to start at verse 7. All right, and it says, when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loose out of his prison. Around that time, there was around after the Byzantine Empire, man, wasn't ruling around that time, so they was in a lower state. All right, so after that reign, of our people, when it was wicked, in the medieval times, all right, E came up on the level, all right, during the time of the Renaissance. All right, so that's when, Satan, led the E's, all right, into rulership, all right. All right, and I said, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loose out of his prison and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right, so, by the way of Satan, they deceive the whole, deceive the nations. All right, all the nations. All right. Verse 9, it said, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the count of the saints about, and the beloved city, and fire came down from the Most High out of heaven and devoured them. All right. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. All right. So I want to go back on verse 8. All right. When it says, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, what's known today as, the Russians and the Ukrainians. All right. And what they doing? They making battle right now. They're having a little skirmish right now. All right. The original Gog and Magog, was Japhet. All right, but now who occupy that land is the Russians and the Ukrainians. All right, so now they gathering together for battle. All right. So, hey, man, and they're about to bring the other nations round about. So this is basically letting the times that we in. All right. So, for the, which they haven't, haven't really had a day. All right. They haven't ruled a full day. All right. So to say. But, the time is here, where, they're about to be a house, well, they already a house divided, but they're about to go to war with each other. All right. So, getting back to verse 10, it says, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. All right. So the lake of fire is when Babylon, America get burnt to a crisp, fire, and brimstone. And also say, what chapter is that in Revelation? I think 14, if you or anyone that take the MOT to the B, you're going to burn, all right, in that lake of fire, man. All right. You take the charagma, man. All right, it's gonna feel like you burning forever. All right. Verse 11, and it says, and I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. All right, verse 12, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the Most High, and the books were open. And another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. So the Most High already got it written, all right, because His word was first from the beginning. So the book of life being the scriptures, the Bible, all right, the holy text, all right, being the book of life. But the Lord have judgment set where, there's a portion of men, women, and children that's going to be destroyed on the side. And there's a portion of elect men, women, and children that's going to be saved. All right. Verse 13. And it says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. So you're going to be judged, every man will be judged according to his works. Every idle word going to be accounted for in the day of judgment. All right. Whether you're an Israelite or not. All right. When the day of judgment come, which judgment always go down on earth, that's why, there's not no real hell where you're going to get judged and get casted underground. All right. Which is hell. Hell, can be referred to as being the grave, when you die. Right. Because it wasn't meant for man to die, mainly the Israelite man. All right. So, Shaul, the grave, that's known as hell. Hell is coming on this earth and getting judged, getting taken out. All right. So that's hell. All right. Going to a place underground and burning forever. That's not a real place. And that's not technically hell. All right. What people, get misconstrued, all right, about the lake on fire or burning in fire is about them ICBM missiles and the way of this third woe or this third destruction. All right. So, E, was in the pit. What does it say further up in the chapter that, matter of fact, I'm going to read it. Let me start it. Let me just start at the top of the chapter. All right, it says, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. All right. So these devils was cast in a pit that was brought low. All right. Verse 2, and it said, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So that say on the dragon, that old serpent. All right. That's this devil. All right. He always be symbolized as being the serpent. All right. What we believe through the spirit, E has somewhat had, connection or genealogy to the serpent that deceived Eve. Because all it was a man that was slick. All right. And everything they referred to what the serpent was going to go through, be on his belly and eat the dust, be made dumb or be made lowly. That would happen to Eve. All right. So it said, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So it came a time where they was bounded up to where, it was a time where the Lord was going to unleash this devil. By the way, the last time that they ruled was the Roman Empire. But then when that went down, which the Roman Empire was known as the first leg of the beast. All right. So that we in the second leg, the resurrection of the beast is here today with America, NATO and the EU. All right. So now that 1,000 years, that time of them being chained up, being low, they got brought back into power. All right. Verse 3. And it says, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. So this is that little season that he's loose. All right. So there's not Satan, and the devil was they get it misconstrued. They try to say Satan and the devil are the same thing, the same entity, but that's not technically so. They show you that the Christians got a false perspective or they don't understand the scripts. It's like how they say that, the Most High and the Son is the same. No, but they say the same with Satan and the devil. No, Satan is an actual, angel on the left hand side, and the devil it means deceiver. It's a man on this earth that's the devil. All right, that's here to deceive in the flesh. So Satan is deceiving in the spirit, and the devil, which is E, is deceiving in the flesh. All right. So now, they getting out of that bottomless pit. And they also refer to, in Europe, all right, that was known as the bottomless pit. All right. It was nothing there. It was a barren land. All right. Mainly when E, got his hands on that land. All right. It was nothing there. All right. So our people, when it was in a time, when our people became Moors, when they followed Islam, when our people was in the Middle Ages, which is known as the Byzantine Empire, all right, they built that land up, all right? And then when he got back into power during the Renaissance period, he came in and it made it seem like he did it, but that wasn't technically the case, because all this devil do is rob, steal, and kill, man, all right? But I'm going to go back to, all right, verse 13, and it says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their works. All right, so death and hell was delivered up, delivered up the dead. All right, so here on earth, all right, by the way of E, which, he the one that bring mass death and bring a lot of hell on the people. That's why we say that this devil is the Lord's, pit bull. The Lord, suck, E on our people. All right, he really did a number. All right, so the Lord is using E, all right, to get on you Jakes, you 2/3. So I saying Jacob's trouble. All right, E gonna put the crack down on you 2/3, man. All right, he gonna come down with great wrath, because you know that they have but a short time. Revelation 12:12. They coming down on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. That's why he tried to get y'all to take the juice. All right, and a lot of y'all took it. All right, verse 14, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So the first death was by flood, by water, and the Lord said he's not going to flood the earth by water no more, but now he's going to flood the earth by fire. All right, and water and fire is the two main purification agencies, are the two best way to cleanse something. All right, so so death and hell were cast into the lake of fire, and death and hell mainly hitting on E. All right, he mainly bring death, mass death to the world, and bring a lot of hell on the people. All right, all he do is take, man. Everybody land being nosy. All right, so he gonna be the ending of death and hell. All right, so when this devil, kingdom go down, and when we get established, to be rulers of this earth, we ain't gonna have to worry about death and receiving hell. All right, when these nukes start flying, man, that's the last we have to worry about. Destruction of that magnitude. All right, mainly considering towards our people. All right, so verse 15, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So if you're not written in the book of life, all right, basically if you're not, ordained or predestined to be saved, all right, you won't be saved. Mainly if you Israelite, if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, if you're not part of the elect, if you're not a man, that's in this book, whether it was a part of the different churches, or you actually go back to, the apostles and the prophets of this Bible, if you do not go back to them, then you're not destined to be saved. If you don't have the promise, that the Most High gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through that line, or if you're part of that stock, and if you're not a part of the stock of Israel, all right, and mainly if you're not a part of the elect of Israel, you can be an Israelite, but if you're not a part of the elect of Israel, because 2/3 they are Israelites, but whether they hear or forbear, but if you're not ordained to be a part of the elect, then you will not be saved out of here in Babylon. You're gonna taste that fire if you live to that day. All right, you don't get judged beforehand, or the Lord don't have mercy and take you out beforehand. And if you live all the way up, all right, to the coming third woe, and if you take that MOT to the B, you will feel that fire, man. All right, so that's the real hell, man. So we in hell already, Jake. You know, they'll think, oh man, if I die, man, I'm gonna burn in hell, or burn under the earth forever. You know, that's nothing but a fear tactic, man. All right, the real fear is feeling them nukes, man, when they come down and your spirit is still in your flesh and you feeling the burn, you feeling the heat, man. All right, so hey, man, you do not want to experience that, man. You know, so hey, man, you know that's why we fighting to be saved, because we don't want to experience that our own self. So that's why, you know, we making our calling and election sure, Lord willing. You know, the Lord, you know, have grace and mercy on us in that day, and the Lord spare us. So with that being said, shalom.